Hello and welcome to NB Drives. My name is Nishmanya and this is day 12 of the Atal Yatra. Today I'm headed to Bangalore and there is, I think, roughly a 7.5 8 hour drive ahead of me. So I will head down to the lobby now. I had a later start than expected. Instead of 5:30, it's 6:30 now. So I'll catch you when the car comes in from the valet. I didn't even get to get it cleaned here, so still be a little dirty, I think. There she is. After I left the hotel, which was the Leela Palace, Chennai, I decided to stop by at the Marina Beach as it was very close by and I wanted to catch the sunrise as I had done 2 days prior when I was leaving Vizag. The drive to the beach was really short and the views were just breathtaking. After a quick halt, I headed off towards Bangalore and had to go through the streets of Chennai. And to my surprise, there was much more traffic than I had initially anticipated, even as I got onto the highway sections. Okay, so I've been driving for about 2 hours now, and I'm onto the main highway stretch, the 6 lane section. It's been 6 lanes for the last hour or so, but it's been off and on. There's roadworks happening, mainly for expansions and flyovers. Otherwise, the road's been fine. Traffic's been a little high, I'd say. And I've been very glad to have the blind spot monitor for this section. Some of the two-wheeler traffic has been like they really creep up on you and they don't give you a lot of space. So when they are sort of coming up behind you and you don't see them, having that blind spot monitor has really helped me avoid a few close calls. And also the lane change camera, that's been another thing. Like, I haven't been the biggest fan of it on the highways for most of the drive, but again, when the car's really close to you, I have appreciated it today. So let's see, today seems to be a very cloudy day and it might rain, so let's see, the weather might become a little more dramatic. I don't think you can see much. I'll see if I can get a better shot when I'm out of this single lane section. There we go, that's a better look at the weather outside, and that's also a better look at the traffic situation. Okay, so stopped at a place called Filter Coffee, and juice, as you can see there. So actually a very nice vibe around here. You can see there's some hills behind us. It's reasonably breezy also. And wait a second, yeah. And I've got some basic black coffee. The kitchen's not up and running yet, but some South Indian filter coffee. In the interest of saving time, I decided this was as good a place as any to pull out the packed breakfast and have my meal before I head off back onto the road. And the view was also pretty good, as was the weather. And this also gave me the opportunity to go through my emails and messages that I had missed the night before. I have just fueled up the car, and I'm gonna get the air pressure checked again because I'm almost at 5,000 kilometers driven complete. And this pump actually has quite an interesting view if you look up there. So fairly nice location for a pump. The roads that after Vellore have been really nice. This last toll road that I got onto, I think they've just recently laid the surface. There's still some, there's like a section about a kilometer back where they're working on a flyover, but for the most part traffic has died down and the roads are widened up, which is the best kind of formula when you're doing a road trip. So best of both worlds. I'm quite enjoying it, and also the view is quite nice. I showed you even at my coffee halt before, and even now if you look out there, look at that. The landscape is really very pretty. I am really enjoying this section of the drive. Guys, just look at this road. It's put such a big smile on my face. The landscape around, as well as the fact that the road's as empty as it is. And look at those hills in the background. I'm so happy with the overall terrain and the road. Just look at this. I don't even have the words right now. I'm just gonna enjoy this.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit your fist.
About an hour and a half away from Bangalore, I turned off the highway onto these back roads as I was going to meet a close family friend of ours who had a farmhouse, as I said, about an hour away from the city. And I thought this was a good place to have my lunch stop and catch up with them, as it had been a while since I had seen some familiar faces.
I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet. I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe. That's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road. Cause I can't let them take my soul.
Knowing that I wasn't too far from the city, I did end up spending a decent amount of time at the lunch stop. I didn't really film much out here as I was too busy catching up. And by the time I headed back out onto the road, it was late evening and the traffic had started to pick up.
They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. We sending you vert, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. people I'm saying, get what I'm painting. A picture big, I call it.
And boy, was I glad I could turn off the highway on towards my hotel, which was near the Ring Road area at the outskirts of Bangalore. This meant I didn't have to go through the city's congested traffic, especially during peak traffic hour, either on the way in or, as you'll see in the next video, on the way out of the city.
I just had to let him know it ain't the end of
So I have checked into the room, and I am now in on the outskirts of Bangalore. This place is called Otera, and it's sort of very conveniently positioned right next to the I think bypass highway for Bangalore. So I have not had to go into the city, which is something I'm very glad I didn't have to do, because traffic as I was getting closer to the city, because I was coming in towards Bangalore at around 6 o'clock. It was getting more and more dense, and we all have heard the tales of what traffic in Bangalore can be like. So I am very glad I didn't have to go through all of that. And tomorrow will also mean that my start will be relatively easy, because I can just get straight onto the highway and head off towards Belgavi. Uh, Apart from that, today's drive has actually been very good. I was very, very pleased with the scenery on route, especially after the Vellore section to Bangalore. The highways were nice, wide, great views. I got to stop off at uh, one of my aunt's places out here. It was very nice catching up with their family, and also seeing their two dogs. I didn't end up taking any photos per se, but uh, it was a good stop for me, and I really enjoyed the break. It was good distraction from the drive. Today I have finished. It's relatively tame, about 370 odd kilometers. So this is one of the shortest driving days I've had, and that's why most of my time went in on the stop. But you can see it's dark out now, and yeah, that's the view out of the hotel, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna again transfer footage as I do every evening, and I'm then gonna head off to bed for an early start tomorrow. I am definitely gonna try getting out of here by 5:30, 5:45. Last few days I've said it and haven't been able to, so I'll try and remedy that tomorrow. And yeah, that's all for today's episode. So I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, cheers.